Hi, my name is Roger Keane. I'm the director of the radar segment for NXP's ADAS systems, and I'm here with Curtis Maganel from NXP Supply Chain.
Hi, Roger.
How are you today?
Doing well. How are you?
Great. Would you like to tell us a little bit about NXP's supply chain and business continuity plan?
Sure. First of all, as NXP is the leader in automotive semiconductors, we strive to have best-in-class supply assurance for our customers. And we support that process through a couple of different means. First, we've got sales and operations planning process. We've also got inventory buffering plans, dual fab strategies, and finally our business continuity plan.
In the radar market, we're seeing the radar systems proliferate throughout the vehicle. And we've seen the electronic content not only with radar, but other ADAS systems, vision systems, LiDAR systems, penetrate even entry-level vehicles. And with that, when I go and I talk to my customers, they're very concerned on who they're investing their time, effort, and R&D resources into. In the past, we've seen disruptions like earthquakes and large catastrophic events dramatically impact the supply chain. And so they're very interested in NXP as being a global leader, how they can assure this continuity, the supply assurance, and what we're doing in multiple fab strategies. Could you perhaps go into a little bit more detail on what we're doing there?
Sure, I sure can. The sales and operations planning process, we call it S&OP process, is really the foundation of how we do our supply chain planning at NXP. It really begins with a demand management, with a good demand forecast that comes into that process. And that allows us to really do the capacity planning that looks both short, mid, and long range, and allows us to put the capacities and the right sources in place to support customers' business. Additionally, we will also put in buffering programs, whether that be at NXP or at the customer site, to really protect NXP and the customer from demand variability or other external events that can affect supply.
Moving into more aggressive technologies, more advanced technologies, particularly in radar, I'm seeing the processing requirements growing tremendously from generation to generation. This supply chain also gets a little bit more complicated. We're using more third parties. Multiple fab strategies. How do we determine when to use multiple locations or single locations internal? How do we as NXP solve those problems?
Sure, that's a really important part of the puzzle for our S&OP process. And we absolutely prefer to have a dual fab strategy where it is feasible to have that dual fab strategy. Where it is not, we'll put certain buffering programs into place.
Okay. Last but certainly not least, could you elaborate a little bit about our business continuity plan?
Absolutely. So we have a 4-tier business continuity plan that basically includes our partners from the business unit. And the 4 tiers are: first is the site assets risk management. The second tier is product supply continuity. The third tier is protection of information. And the fourth is procurement continuity. These 4 steps make up our NXP Corporate Crisis Management and Business Continuity Plan. So in summary, NXP proactively assesses business continuity risks through our 4-tier approach, deploying measures to reduce the risk and also react to natural disasters and other business risks.
All right. Thank you, Curtis. It's very important to hear about our business continuity plan, that we have something in place. In fact, we've put this into practice back in 2012. I've heard good feedback from my customers on how we've dealt with major disasters in the past with internal and external manufacturing sites, reducing risk. That also makes me feel confident in going in front of my customers and assuring them that when they take large amounts of their R&D and put it on NXP's next generation radar devices, that they're putting their investment in a wise place. So thank you very much for joining me.
My pleasure.
I appreciate your inputs. Thank you.
Thank you.